We will now talk about the legacy program. First thing off is, what does legacy mean? So si legacy, isa siyang abbreviation na ang meaning na is learners, educators, and governance with advisory and community year-round engagement. So mag-start tayo sa purpose ni legacy program. Ano nga ba ang purpose ni legacy program? So si legacy program will serve as a framework ng ating institution or ng ating organization para sa stakeholder engagement natin. So in this program, makikita natin na pinagsasama natin yung participation ng both internal and external stakeholders natin sa planning and quality assurance activities na meron tayo sa loob ng organization. So AGAP focuses on external stakeholders through community engagement and partnership, habang yung internal stakeholders naman natin, nag-promote sila ng active involvement to support transparency, continuous improvement, and sustainable initiatives sa ating organization. Ano naman ang scope na meron si legacy program? So si legacy program, kino-cover niya lahat ng consultative, engagement, and extension-related activities of the institution. So meron siyang function as a unified program composed of two complementary group, which is yung sinabi ko kanina, internal stakeholder, and yung external stakeholder natin, which is natawagin natin siyang AGA. So this both group ensures holistic participation in institutional and community development natin. So si external stakeholder, kino-cover niya yung engagement natin with different groups outside our institution. For example, si local government units, si non-government organizations, educators and partner schools, healthcare providers, youth organizations, law enforcement agencies, business and industry partners, and yung mga suppliers and third-party service providers natin. While si internal stakeholders naman, dinidiscuss nila yung mga tuition fees and school charges, academic program development and revisions, institutional policies and procedures, organizational and leadership changes, learning resources and technologies, student support services, regulatory and accreditation compliance, stakeholder satisfaction, feedback, and complaints, and also sinasama din sa discussion ng internal stakeholders yung risk management and continuous improvement na meron tayo sa loob ng ating organization. So, according sa EOMS manual na meron tayo sa MV Gallego, it says that MVGFC shall ensure that feedback relevant to educational products, services, stakeholder engagement activities, institutional initiatives, and learner satisfaction is regularly requested from and made available as appropriate to relevant interested parties. So lahat ng nakukuha nating feedback ay dapat mag-document, ma-analyze, at maiparating sa mga concerned units natin sa loob ng organization. Also, itong mga to ay dapat din gamit natin bilang reference para sa continuous improvement at sa mga decision-making processes na ginagawa natin sa loob ng ating organization. So, under the legacy program, meron tayong 5 processes. So, i-discuss ko rin sa inyo yung mga processes na meron tayo and yung mga procedures na meron sila na nakapaloob dito. So, our first procedure is yung selection of internal stakeholder. First is yung identification. So, si quality assurance, mag-identify siya ng mga stakeholder groups and required representative nito. So ito is yung selection lang natin for stakeholders na internal. So meron din tayong procedure for selection naman ng external stakeholders. So next is yung nomination and selection. Dito naman si management mag-nominate siya and magsiselect siya ng mga internal stakeholder group members. So after ma-select and ma-nominate ni management, ang gagawin naman ni HR is yung appointment of appointment letters or yung issuance ng mga appointment letters nung mga masiselect na internal stakeholder members natin. So after ng issuance natin ng mga appointment letters, si quality assurance magko-conduct na siya ng orientation for the legacy members ng internal stakeholders natin. And then next natin is yung procedure number 7.2. Ito naman yung selection of external stakeholders. So kung kanina internal stakeholders yung meron tayo, ngayon naman selection of external stakeholders. So first is identification of needs. Si concerned unit or si management, ang gagawin niya, mag-identify siya ng operational needs of the school na nag-require na external partnership and support ng mga stakeholder or ng mga consultations from outside our organization. And then after nun, selection criteria. Kung si management or si quality assurance, mag-establish siya ng selection criteria based on institutional goals, legal compliance, expertise, capabilities, reputation, and sustainability. After magkaroon ng selection criteria or makagawa ni quality assurance ng mga selection criteria natin, magkakaroon tayo ng potential partners. So yun yung step number 3 natin. Dito naman, i-scan natin and identify natin yung mga potential external partners through research, referrals, networking, and previous collaborations na meron tayo sa organization. So ang magiging responsible person natin dito, si SEO or yung concerned unit. Then after that, step number 4, review partner profiles. Si quality assurance and SEO, mag-gather and mag-review sila ng profiles, proposals, and credentials ng mga na-identify nating potential partners. And then after nating mag-review ng mga profiles ng mga potential partners natin, i-evaluate natin and i-screen naman natin sila. So magkakaroon tayo ng evaluation committee or si quality assurance, magkakaroon siya ng initial screening and evaluation of potential partners based naman sa established criteria and background validation. After ng evaluation and screen, magkakaroon tayo ng review and discussion. So si management and si quality assurance, ipe-present nila yung shortlisted partners for consultation and internal review. Dito magkakaroon ng discussion of benefits, risks, contribution, and compliance requirements. So under pa rin ng procedure 7.2 ng selection of external stakeholders is step number 7, partnership negotiation. Si management and si SEO, magkakaroon naman sila ng partnership meeting and negotiation to clarify objectives, responsibilities, deliverables, and commitment ng mga magiging partners natin. And magkakaroon din tayo ng monitoring mechanism. So step number 8, due diligence. Si quality assurance and si management will perform due diligence and risk assessment by verifying legal documents, certifications, permits, and organizational backgrounds. For step number 9 natin, submission of recommendation. Si quality assurance and si SEO, magsasubmit sila ng recommendation sa authorized approving body for review and approval. So ang magiging record natin dito is recommendation report ni quality assurance and ni SEO. So for step number 10, proposed partnership, si management, magkakaroon siya ng review and mag-approve siya ng proposed partnership prior sa implementation. So under step number 11 natin, due diligence, si legal office naman and si management, mag-prepare, mag-review, and mag-finalize sila ng memorandum of agreement or partnership agreement doon sa masiselect nating partners. And then for step number 12, ito na yung implementation natin. Si concerned unit and si SEO, i-implement na nila yung approved partnership activities and assigned focal person or coordinators from both parties. So meron tayong sa kanilang sa partners natin and meron din tayo internal or dun sa focal person natin inside our organization. So step number 13, partnership performance. Si quality assurance and si SEOP naman, magkakaroon na tayo ng monitoring and evaluation ng partnership activities, outputs, and effectiveness through reports, meetings, and feedback sessions. So ganoon natin i-evaluate yung magiging performance ng partnership natin dun sa na-select nating partners. And then last step for procedure number 7.2, partnership effectiveness. Dito naman, i-review natin yung overall partnership effectiveness natin sa kanila and magde-determine tayo kung i-renew ba natin or magkakaroon ng expansion, modification, or termination nung naging agreement natin with our partners. So after ng selection natin ng mga members for internal and external partners, magkakaroon tayo ng procedure 7.3 which is yung conduct ng regular meeting for both internal and external stakeholder groups natin. So ang magiging first step natin dito is memorandum release. So si Quality Assurance magre-release siya ng memorandum requiring all units to formally communicate sa amin or sa Quality Assurance lahat ng naging changes affecting their operations and documented information. So after ng releasing of memorandum, si Quality Assurance magko-consolidate naman ng updates, proposed changes, and agenda inputs from management and ng mga units. So since meron na nga tayong internal stakeholder group and external stakeholder group, meron silang sari-sariling secretariat. So sa step number 3, preparation of meeting agenda, yung secretary ng both external and internal stakeholder group, ipiprepare niya and i-distribute niya yung monthly meeting agenda. So i-include natin dito yung organizational update and organizational changes. So for step number 4 naman, ito na yung regular meeting ni Legacy. So si chairperson magko-conduct siya ng regular Legacy meeting. So during the meeting, dun papasok si step number 5 which is yung presentation. Si Quality Assurance Office, magpe-present siya ng lahat ng organizational changes, lahat ng proposed policies, lahat ng programs, and lahat ng initiative kay Legacy members. And then, after ng presentation, discussion, the chairperson sa lahat ng Legacy members, magpa-facilitate siya ng discussion to gather insights, suggestions, and opinions from the Legacy members. And then after ng discussion, magkakaroon tayo ng minutes of the meeting. So dito naman, ang magiging responsible person dito ay yung secretary ng internal and external stakeholders natin. Depende kung sinong nagkaroon ng regular meeting. So kailangan si secretary i-record niya lahat ng discussions, lahat ng recommendations na nasabi ng mga stakeholders natin, and lahat ng napag-agrihan sa loob ng meeting. And then after that, si chairperson and si secretary, i-review nila yung minutes of the meeting na nagawa nila 1 day or 2 days after nung naging meeting ng Legacy. So after ni procedure 7.3, magkakaroon tayo ng procedure 7.4. Ito naman yung handling of legacy recommendations and organizational changes. So kanina, nagkaroon na sila ng meeting si Legacy and nagkaroon ng recommendations and agreements dun sa meeting na nagawa. So dito naman, paano natin sila i-handle lahat ng agreements, lahat ng recommendations na nakulit natin during the Legacy meeting. So first is compilation of feedback. So dito, si Secretary, i-compile niya lahat ng naging feedback ni Legacy members, lahat ng insights, recommendations from the meeting. So i-include dito ni Secretary lahat ng feedbacks on educational services, consultations, and engagement activities. And then next step natin, analyzation of recommendation. Dito naman si Quality Assurance Office, magkakaroon ng analyzation ng recommendations na ini-include yung identified risks and opportunities, and then ina-align din lahat ng mga naging recommendations sa institutional priorities, magkakaroon ng feasibility studies, and compilation obligation, plus lahat ng stakeholder expectations. So step number 3 natin under procedure 7.4, submission of consolidated reports. So si Quality Assurance, magsasubmit siya ng consolidated recommendations and analysis kay management. And then step 4, management review. Si management naman, i-review niya lahat ng mga naging recommendations and naging analysis ni quality assurance. So kailangan niyang i-approve or kung kailangan niyang magpa-modify or kung meron siyang i-defer sa recommendations na binigay ng mga stakeholders natin and dun sa na-analyze na recommendation report ni quality assurance. So after ni management review, magkakaroon tayo ng step number 5 which is yung finalization of decision. So si management kailangan magkaroon na siya ng finalized decision doon sa magiging organizational changes. And then after nun, i-communicate na natin yung naging decision. So si secretary, i-communicate niya yung naging decision and naging approval ni management dun sa actions kay legacy members. After the communication of decision, last step natin under procedure number 7.4 is yung magiging integration. So lahat ng concerned units, kailangan integrate nila yung approved changes into institutional processes, policies, or programs. So after ng handling of legacy recommendations and organizational changes, let's move on with our last procedure, which is the procedure 7.5, monitoring and evaluation. So lahat ng magiging programs natin, kailangan meron tayong monitoring and evaluation. So sa legacy program, meron din siyang sariling monitoring and sariling evaluation. So meron tayong 4 simple steps under the monitoring and evaluation of the legacy program. Ang first step natin is monitoring of implementation. Si quality assurance, magmo-monitor siya lahat ng naging implementation of approved actions and changes from the feedbacks and from the meetings na nagkaroon si legacy. And then after nun, magkakaroon tayo ng tracking of status. So the secretary of each stakeholder groups, kailangan meron siyang tracking of status. So itatrack niya yung mga naging status ng mga naging recommendations ni legacy. So meron dapat sa tracking niya, implemented ba yung naging recommendations ni legacy, pending pa rin ba siya, or deferred siya based dun sa management review. So number 3 is yung evaluation. Si quality assurance, magkakaroon siya ng evaluation ng effectiveness ng legacy meetings and stakeholder participation. So kasama dito, yung evaluation naman ng mga legacy members na nakuha and na-select natin. And then last is yung identification of improvement. Si quality management office, si legacy, magkakaroon ng identification ng improvement para dun sa naging process ni legacy and dun sa naging engagement natin kay legacy and ng mga members niya for both internal and external stakeholders. So ito yung magiging report natin dito in terms of identification ng improvement, kapasa natin sila kay management. So that's it for the 5 procedures ng legacy program natin under the SAGE committee.